Good morning. I want to welcome you to Parenting 101, featured on Morning Joy. I'm your host, Dr. Mary Felton, and each month I will be bringing you tips, strategies, and information to guide you on how to help your students succeed academically. This morning, I am excited to have my daughter, LaKenya Felton, who will be our very special guest, and she will share information regarding her experience of being a single mom of a valedictorian of Northeastern High School. Good morning, LaKenya.
Good morning.
It is so great to have you. And again, it is such an honor to have you this morning. And you're going to share some tips and strategies for parents to encourage them and help them with their children. So I would ask you several questions, and I'm sure the listeners will be excited about listening to your answers. So how does it feel to be the mother of a valedictorian?
It is an amazing feeling to have a child that accomplished something that a lot of us weren't able to really do. So, I would just filled with joy, and really like excitement, and I don't know.
It's such a wonderful feeling.
It's just an amazing feeling.
I
overall.
know. Even as a grandmother of Nashaya, it's definitely, as you said, an amazing feeling. And I know my grandmother, your great-great-grandmother, is smiling down. What type of support and encouragement did you provide to help Nashaya on her academic journey?
Well, for Nashaya has always been the child, even from elementary school, where education and school just really did it for her. She's always been determined from a very young age. She always strived for that A. A B was not good enough for her. So, she's always really been invested into school and doing her homework and, just achieving great grades. So with her, I really didn't have to do too much. She just naturally had it in her.
Sounds a little bit like you. You were an honor student as well at Northeastern, and you were the same way. But now you're saying there were no specific challenges that you face with Nashaya as far as encouraging her to, do what needed to be done to earn that academic excellence. But you do have a son currently as a junior. Talk to the parents a little bit about some of your strategies and what you do to encourage him if there's some challenges there with him.
Okay, so I will say I do have two other children. My daughter, Michaela Adams, is currently a junior here at ECSU. And like my mom stated, my son is a junior at Northeastern High School. So by having three kids, all of them are different in their own ways. With DeAndre, he's not, I wouldn't say that he's not as invested into school, but it's just very different. Where Nashaya is always motivated, it takes a little bit more encouragement really for DeAndre. I think his learning strategy kind of is different. And as parents, we will see that our students do have different types of learning strategies. Dre is the type where he may not be willing to raise his hand, or if he don't understand something in school, as well as Nashaya has no problem really reaching out to her teacher, to ask, the teacher to explain something, or, for anything. She don't mind doing it. Dre really is different. So with him, just trying to give him really more encouragement, never try to down him, but just try to give him a positive reinforcement. When he get out of the car, just try to give him some encouraging words, and also ensure him that, if he do need any help, I'm always available also. So it's different when it comes to the kids.
And I'm sure you teach him to prioritize his tasks and encourage him to stay organized as well. Those are great strategies as well. And as you said, children are different. You can have two children and they can be totally different. But I'm sure the listeners appreciate that information that you are providing. So, also providing resources for the young people. I do have a learning journal available. It is available on Amazon.com. Learning journal and 3 questions. And so if anyone is interested, just go to Amazon.com, type in learning journal, 3 questions to answer daily to increase academic achievement. Because we know that, reflection journals, it's just a tool to provide thoughts and feelings and experiences, and it increases self-awareness. It improves problem solving. It enhances learning. And some of you may ask how. Well, the reflection journal can help the student consolidate their learning by allowing them to think about the processes and identifying areas of challenges, and then what works and what does not work. It can reduce the stress and anxiety associated with the learning. The reflection journal can help them in the process to manage their emotions. And by reflecting on their experiences and feelings, they can gain a perspective and find a sense of calm. And we do know in the education world, there will be times of anxieties associated, for example, with test taking. And so just utilizing the reflection journal as a tool is a great way to help them increase their self-awareness, to gain an insight regarding their motivation, their values, and their beliefs. So that's just some information for the listeners. I will now continue to ask LaKenya questions so that she can share her experience with the listeners. So, LaKenya, how did you balance your own responsibilities with supporting your child's education? And we're focusing on Nishaya, who achieved such a great honor, valedictorian of Northeastern High School class of 2023. How did you balance your responsibilities? Because the listeners may not know, but you're the owner of Ambitiously Done Beauty Bar. So how did you balance all of that?
Let me tell you, to be honest with you, finding balance right now in my life is one of the hardest things really for me. Being the single parent of 3 kids and running a business, it can be very, very difficult. But with me, it's about prioritizing. Of course, my kids will always be number one. And when it comes to, like the main moments, things or whatever really like in their life, it's always going to be first. So being that I am self-employed, I pretty much make my own schedule. And, I have a big clientele. My clientele pretty much know my kids. They've been on this journey with me. So, it's just like if anything ever come up, they have no problem with, altering their schedule to really, accommodate anything that I have going on. So, it's been hard, but, it's been easy because I've had amazing clients and they love my kids as well. So
that is wonderful. It may have been challenging, but it's definitely worth it. So I would like for you to share with the listeners, were there any particular sacrifices that you had to make as a single parent to ensure your child's success or the children's success? Talk a little bit about sacrifices, because, we as parents, we make sacrifices.
So sacrifices is something that I've always been doing. Like I said, prioritizing what's most important. And, God has just always been there really with me. So even in moments of me sacrificing, is I'm trying to figure out how to really explain it.
I know it's
kind of hard to really like explain.
Yes.
It's like I knew I had to make those sacrifices because I was the only parent there.
Absolutely.
And I knew that in the end, it was going to really like pay off. So I don't know. I had to do what it is that I had to do. And I don't know, it just worked all out. So.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. I know it's just amazing, being the parent of a valedictorian. Can you share any tips or advice for other single parents who may aspire to support their children academically?
Pretty much just encourage your child, even if they are struggling, just knowing that your parent really believes in you. It really, really, really makes a difference.
Yes, it does.
I think sometimes we as parents don't really realize and understand how much our kids value what we think. And for me, with my kids over the last couple of years, it's like I really was able to really realize that. So pretty much just encourage your kids, showing up, letting them know that you care. Sometimes they may act standoffish, or that you may think that they're not listening, and they are listening and they are paying attention. So encouragement is really, really, really like important. Time management. With my oldest daughter, I will say time management for her is hard. And, just telling her, prioritizing is key when it comes to a lot of things. So just prioritizing really like what's most important. Encouraging them to ask questions if they need help. Don't be afraid to raise your hands. I still ask questions. I love asking questions. I can still always learn more. So ask questions. Also teaching them to stay organized and keep track of their deadlines and assignments. You don't want to be waiting to the last minute. Procrastination, we're not going to really do that. Provide positive reinforcements. For Nishaya being a valedictorian, the beginning of the school year, I told her, if you become valedictorian, I'm going to give you $1,000. So in the back of her mind, I remember we was driving to the car. Her face just lit up. So I think that played a part in her striving to become number one. She was gunning for that number one spot. For DeAndre, being that I know, his educational, it's a little different for him. So just be like, hey, if you make AB honor roll, I'm going to give you $500. And it's like, everyone needs to be motivated. So motivate your kids. It could be something small. Motivation. Provide resources. Tutoring. As we all know, there's a shortage in teachers right about now. I'm pretty sure there are other people out here in the community that's offering tutoring.
I will be offering tutoring very soon. We will announce that information shortly.
Yes. So tutoring, because there are there are people out here that do want our kids to really succeed educationally. Mm-hmm. Let me see. Develop effective time management skills. I think I did say that one. And, teaching them how to manage stress and anxiety. Guys, Nishaya was stressed out this school year, to be honest with you. Mental health is real right about now. It is very, very, very real. Our kids are stressed out. And, a lot of times us parents are really like unaware. And just watching her, I seen how, her like pushing herself. It really had her stressed out. And just really like giving her reassurance, everything is going to be okay. Take a mental break. Sometimes you just have to put everything on pause. Just pause and just breathe. Go to a quiet place. Do something that just take your mind off of, that stress for that moment temporarily. So that's a good one.
Well, thank you so much, LaKenya. I would just like to say I am super, super proud of you. We know how important parenting strategies are, and sharing is caring. So thank you so much for sharing that information this morning, and I just hope that it blessed some of the listeners. And if you know someone, share the information that LaKenya has taken the time to share. I know you're super busy, but thank you so much. Please join me, Dr. Mary Felton, for Parenting 101 next month. Stay tuned.